Konbanwa, samurai tachi. Kono taxi ga tadaima. Sanjo! Good evening, and welcome to Friday Night's Midnight Horror Stream. I'm your host, the Samurai of Tears, Namido no Samurai, also known as P-Chips SG6. Konbanwa, Nebula-san! And Sage, that sounds damn good. I have barely eaten anything today. Work was a little bit long. Although I did have a Danish pastry for breakfast, which was quite a nice treat from our head teacher this morning. Hey, onions! Glad you could stop by. Not that I totally knew you were going to be here. But steamed bun and kung pao beef and pork fried rice does sound really, really good, Sage. I'm not going to eat. It's too late now for me. So I'm also hoping my voice holds out for tonight. As you can hear, it is already a little bit husky. I can make out a few sentences at a time like this if I kind of push it, and then if I start speaking normally, it goes out a little bit husky. My mother calls this my sexy voice, which is a bit weird coming from my mother, but you get the idea. It's been a crazy, crazy day today. Reopened my gaming club at school, which has always been one of the big popular clubs, but we've not run it for like the last 2 years because of the COVID situation. So everyone's been really eager for it. All the old members have been like, when are we starting back? Can we do it this year? When's it starting? So I got permission to open it as the first club that we're trying out this year, just to see how it goes, see if there's any change in infection rates, etc. Now normally I get about 80 members signing up on the first session, which drops down to about 60 regular members, which isn't bad. It's not too bad. There's only 2 staff that run it, myself and one of my co-workers. And yeah, today we had 132 people signed up, and this is with turning people away at the door and having people saying they can't show up until next week. It took us an hour and 20 minutes to get them all signed up, registered, membership cards given out, and I was having to coordinate stuff between 4 different classrooms across the entire floor of the school. Deputy head showed up and was like, this is crazy. Like, we literally spread from one end of the school right through to the other, and the kids were really patient. I was really happy with them. I'm just sorry they couldn't do anything. I was like, you're only going to get to register tonight, I'm sorry. And they're like, we're not playing anything. I'm like, no, why? You'll see why. And an hour and 20 minutes later, we got 15 people left, go. Managed to register 15 people in the space of like 8 minutes. So I was like, yeah, we are good. And we've got permission now to probably use the main school hall for the club, because that's the only way we're going to fit this in. We have 10% of the entire school population in our club now, which is the same number that we usually get for the school productions. Now, the school production usually only runs for like 2 or 3 months. We run every single week. So if we keep these numbers up, it's going to be absolutely insane. I'm looking forward to it though, because this is the biggest the club's ever been. We had like a big shout out from the head teacher this morning. We started up like a new house system at the school, and the head teacher's asked us to run some of our own house events within the club too. So I'm damned excited for that. But because I was having to, me being the coordinator for the club, had to talk to people across the entire floor of the school. I'm in quite a reasonably sized school. Yeah, my voice started to go after about an hour. So I'm like, right guys, I need to talk to everybody. So that was, man. It is going to be awesome, and thank you very much, Onions. I've been missing this club, and unfortunately though, this is the reason I've stayed at my current job is because of this club. And if it's this popular, I'm going to find it so hard to try and look for other jobs, because I'm like, oh, I have to stay for these guys. Like, the co-worker that helps me out is brilliant, but I still am the one in charge. I'm the one that runs everything. I started this club like 10 years ago, and it's so difficult just to think, at some point, I am going to have to hand the club over to someone else, because other people don't either see the work that goes into running it and organising it, or aren't prepared to put that much work into it. And it was really funny because I was talking to some of the Year 13 members who are helping me run the club this year. So they've been in the club now for like 6 years. Just going back to when they started, there were some of the earlier members of the club. It's like, how did it start? It started with 4 students. 4 students is what we started with, who wanted just to play Warhammer 40k and needed a teacher to supervise it. And I've grown it into a club that just registered its 500th member today. Like, we literally just hit 500. Oh, it's like amazing. Yeah, we got like a huge round of applause for that one. So I'm going to try and see if I can organise a meeting with my head teacher this week, just to see if we can work out some logistics, Like, I need people to help out with this now. We're going to have multiple sign-in desks now, because there's no way we can sign in 130 people and have a good club session. So, yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, that's been my day today. It's nuts. This week has been really long though. It's really dragged. Wednesday was like the worst day I've had for a really long time. My phone fell in the toilet of all places. I normally have it in my bag. I'd put it in my pocket, and it decided when I went to the bathroom just to jump. Literally, it jumped. It jumped up and straight to the toilet bowl. And this is something that should survive for 5 minutes underwater. Instantly fried out the battery and, well, no, not even the battery, the charging port and the monitor. So I can't even turn it back on. I can't charge it. So it died. Thankfully, my SIM card isn't locked, so I just put it into a new phone that arrived on Thursday, which again was really hard to get because everything's like, hey, we'll text you with a password you have to give the driver for your delivery. I'm like, I don't have a phone. All right, we'll email it to you. How am I supposed to check my email while I'm at work? I'm teaching, and you're delivering it to the front desk. So I was like having to try and find a way to log on to my private email account while at work between lessons and be like, is there a password? Is there a password? And I did get it just in time to be able to email to the front desk, and they signed for it for me. And then spent last night just plugging everything back in. And it works. It does. I like my new phone actually. Here we go. I'm going to show it off a little bit because this thing is bloody huge. I'm like being partially sighted. I was like going for big phones, but this one's like the biggest one I got. Yeah, this is my phone. It's like a blooming big widescreen thing. It's massive. It's like 6.67 inches, and it's a gaming phone. So it's got like an 8th generation Snapdragon processor in it. I did my tests last night with Honkai Impact, which for me is never run on any of my phones, and it runs smooth. So I'm like, yeah, I love having big phones. I think technically is it called a phablet, which is a phone tablet. I can't see small screens, so I have to go for the big ones. And this has actually been really good. Highly recommend it. It's called the Poco X3. And it's a really, really nice phone. It's a budget phone, so I picked it up for just under £200. And it's fast. The battery lasts like a day and a half to 2 days, and has a ridiculous amount of memory. So I'm like, yeah, this is a good phone so far. And the fact is that they're really customizable, so you can make the fonts and icons really, really big. So yeah, I'm definitely liking this phone now. It was a good purchase. It's one I thought about doing because I do a lot of like testing with the Office for National Statistics, and they used to pay me in Amazon vouchers. So I've been saving those up, and then for my birthday, my uncle and my parents gave me Amazon vouchers. So I had about £100 worth saved up from this year. So that went towards the phone. So I only paid 120 quid for the phone and the case and screen protectors. So I'm quite happy with that. I mean, that's hopefully going to last me a good couple, 2-3 more years, I hope. So yeah, progress. I haven't lost anything. That's the key thing. I've still got all my old numbers. I've lost the messages that were on there, but if it's important, someone will contact me. Or until I go to the loo. Yeah, I'm super paranoid about that now, so I just don't take it anywhere near me to the bathroom. It's staying in my bag when I'm at work. It was just because I'd gone outside to go make a phone call and then swung by the bathroom on the way in. It was, oh god, it was so depressing. And it's like, why? Why do you have to go in there? But either way, yeah, that all happened on the day of the Twitch hack. So all my passwords went to reset them, and it goes, you need an authentication app to be able to do that. Oh, okay. So I lost the ability to stream on Thursday. I was really panicking about today and tomorrow with Pathfinder. I was like, I need to stream it, but at least I could record it. But yeah, the timing was good, but what are you going to do? It's working now, I hope. I'm hoping there's no more glitches. I mean, I think I've set everything back up right, but we'll see. And again, if there's any problems with the sound, let me know, because I have not been able to test this since setting it all back up. Either way, tonight we are going to be starting a new game. This is only going to last like maybe 2-3 weeks as I bring myself up to try and play Alien Isolation, which will be November's Friday Night Horror stream. I will also not be streaming for the next 3 weeks, because this is my last stream for October. But we'll be back in November, so whatever I don't do tonight, we'll finish off in the first week then. But yeah, so if you've never played it before, Doki Doki Literature Club, the original version, is completely free. I read nothing about it when I first played it, and it's amazing. I absolutely love the game. I highly recommend it. If you're watching this stream and you've never played it, the game is not what it appears to be at the beginning. There is usually a content warning at the beginning, not for the faint of heart. And you'll see why, probably very quickly. But one of the great things about this game, it plays like just a normal romantic visual novel, but it's got some really cool features in the original one. I don't know anything about Plus. This one's like an enhanced version. As soon as the guy released it to buy, I immediately picked it up, because I was like, you know what? The original Doki Doki Literature Club was so good, I would have paid for that one. So the fact that he's released Doki Doki Literature Club Plus, I'm like, yeah, easy buy. Doesn't cost that much either, and it's like a brilliant way to support the writer for this, because it is one of the best visual novels I've ever read, ever played. There's a lot going on it. I've got to decide what kind of playthrough I want to do with it. I'm thinking maybe just follow audience feedback for this one, because I know how to get the best ending. There are ways that you can sort of cheat the system to get the best ending, but we'll talk about that when it's finished. Because I think just having a blind playthrough for anyone that's not seen or played this is probably ideal. Hey! Thank you very much.
Heart.
Aw, thank you very much, Diamond. Really do appreciate the extra subscription there, and enjoy your motes for being part of the Samurai Army. There's a few in there which I think should be quite useful. Eventually I will turn around and actually commission someone to design better ones, but thank you very much. Your support is always appreciated. What about the worst ending? They're all pretty bad. There's only one good ending as far as I remember. But yeah. And sorry Sage, yeah, I should definitely use the hydration check from earlier and get your posture checked. See, the thing for me is I don't slouch. I have a really, really nice ergonomic chair. I sit really nicely. So you can shuffle it a little bit. But that's as much as I need to do to posture check. So I don't slouch. I'm very comfortable, but I'm sat completely upright. Good support on the back. So Sage, make sure you ain't slouching. Get that posture check. But today, lots of water. So thank you for the reminder on that one earlier. Okay. So yeah. I don't know, like, how many of you guys have actually played the original one, just so I know up? I know Sage has at least watched someone play through the original one, because we've spoken about this game before. I absolutely love it. It is easily one of my favourite games. And I think Princess Sully, I have to always do a shout out to that amazing person who's lurking in the background there. I think she's the one that put me onto it in the first place. Hi. Yeah, Princess Sully's the one that recommended it to me, and I played it immediately. So I know you've seen playthrough, but Nebulous is the first time. Right, so Nebulous is going to be making most of the decisions here. Cool. But yeah, I don't know what the differences are with this version, though. I honestly, I have deliberately not looked up, so there's going to be stuff I don't know. But one of the great things about it is that every time you do play it, though, it is completely different. It randomizes events, the options that you take change the way the game plays as well. So it's very, very up in the air, like how it's going to play, what events we're going to see, what messages you receive, etc. So this is going to be quite an interesting experience for me as well. But alright, Nebulous, just as we go in, I'm going to be just asking people, like, what options do you want me to choose? Like, who do you want to, like, there's 4 girls, I believe 5 girls? 5 girls. Yeah, I think there's 5 is there 5 girls or 4 girls? Sayuri, Natsuki, Monica, the purple head girl. Maybe there's just 4 girls to choose from. I think there's 4 girls to choose from. Okay. So yeah, there's 4. So, and it's kind of you learn like what the girls' personalities are like and what their likes are. Yuri, that's the one. So you can start like trying to aim towards a specific girl, and that's usually what most people do. So my original one, I went for Sayuri, was my first playthrough. I actually went for Natsuki last because I'm like, I like Natsuki, but she's got that whole like I hate you personality at the beginning. But she's She's closer to me. Is probably why. Yuri's great. Nice, Diamond. Nice. But yes, Yuri is one of the character names. But yeah, maybe they could have added. I literally don't know anything about this, and I also know they've added extra side stories for the characters as well. So this could be completely different. But it's only about 4 to 6 hours, I think, as a complete playthrough. So it should be a good one for our midnight streams. I'm just going to be talking a lot through it. So we'll switch across. We'll see if we can get the sound volume right. This should at least capture properly, because I did get this set up earlier. But yeah, plus added in a lot of the soundtrack as well. And the very first disclaimer we've got, all characters in this game are over the age of 18. So I'm guessing they're all like final year at high school. This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. That's the message. That's the message where you start off and go, what? It's just a cute love, like, visual novel, this one. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a positive experience playing this game. So, disclaimer is out there. There are some themes covered in this game which are quite dark. And more than most people do expect. Would you like to review detailed content warnings which could contain spoilers? I'm going to say no, because I do know what's coming up on this. The original did not have any content warnings. Yeah, this one, the specific content warnings are there. The original one did say this game contains scenes which are disturbing. It did have one single warning on the first time you loaded it up. So it says this, I think it's like, you know, the usual, this scene contains scenes which could be considered disturbing. Play at your own risk. There was no age check. There was no, do you want to know what these specific things are? So you go into it completely blind. It should be a big flag saying there is content warning on this. But by playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you agree that you have noted the game's age rating in your region, and you consent to your exposure of highly disturbing content. And it's really good here, because it does really go, look, it's not just a throwaway thing. Really, you have to be certain that you are okay with what you are about to watch and see. So, is the sound okay there? You can hear like a beep when I go beep. I agree, beep. I kind of beep. Hopefully that's coming through okay. What's that really? Oh, yay! I love this song. There it is. That's the one. That was the only warning you used to get in the original. So that's kind of loud for me. I don't know what how's that for you guys? I love this song. Right, I'll quickly check through the settings though. So text speed, fast as possible, please. Enable content warnings. Nah! We don't need content warnings. Alright, okay, let's turn it down. It's not like sounds like really essential in this. Yeah, so I thought. Like some games, like I saw balance, it was already set to 10 decibels below me, but it's kinda loud. Maybe I'll do it a little bit more. Let's put it down here. Right, audio options. Should be alright. Language. Now, there is a Japanese version here, I believe, as well. Yeah, we've got full Japanese dubbing as well. I was reading up about some of the translations, which we'll talk about when we get to the sections, but I'm going to give out English for you. Skip options. We'll leave that fine. Full screen. Okay. That's cool. There's a few more options available in here, but otherwise, I think we'd be okay. I like that, though. The fact that there's also content warnings in the game as well. So when you're about to see something disturbing, it's like goes, warning, this next scene will be disturbing. So it's really good. They've got a lot of warnings now in, so people aren't caught us off guard. But for me, it was being caught off guard. It's what made this such an amazing game. Enter your name. Enter your name, pilot. Nah. Me. Da. No, Peach. Peach? Yeah, I should go Peach.
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius.
Guess what we were watching tonight?
Of the North, General of the Felix Legions, loyal servant to the true Emperor, Marcus Aurelius. Father to a murdered son, husband to a murdered wife. And I will have my vengeance, in this life or the next.
Yeah, that was a bit sporadic. Could it be we were watching Gladiator this evening? Great film, that. Love it. Right, so we're going with the name Peach. Manly name. Love it. Hey, I'm going to do all the voices. This is going to be so much fun. I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori. Not Sayori, Sayori. If you listen to anything online, it's Sayori. I'm like, it's not Sayori, it's Sayori. Sayori, my neighbour and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. Yeah, I got that when it says, what's your name? And you go, my name is Maximus Decimus Vernius. Yeah, it works really well, Sage. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I love Sayori. She's so cute. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. Hey, you say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Peach. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together, make our way to the school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Peach, have you decided on a club to join yet? Club? Yeah, strategy club. Best gaming club in the entire UK. I told you already, I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. Haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible I did, in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. You see, it is me. RPG club, every school channel. Yeah, that's me. Strategy and gaming club. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Yeah, that's me. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. See, cute game. Romantic visual novel. We're just gonna choose who to date. It'll be fine. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realise I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait for me if it's gonna make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know what? Well, maybe you should come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There is no way I'm going to your club. Mini Kichi, what? Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. She said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Oh, that said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyways? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made me cupcakes and everything. Oh, don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! And thus, today makes the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. See, most kids at my school sell their soul to me, so they can get a little piece of card that says they're a member of my gaming club. It's something they get told every time I hand the card across. It's like, thank you for your soul. I now own it. It takes some of them are in denial for a little while, but they all come to accept it. There are worse things to sell your cupcake for. Right? Cupcakes can sell your soul for cupcakes. Right, I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. Eh? I glanced around the room. Girl number one. Hello, girl number one. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Peach. What a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. See, this is what puts me off, is her hopeful attitude. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognise. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You could just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monika, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Peach. Hello. Monika smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monika was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monika. Come, sit down, Peach. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monika. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? You say Satsuki seems a lot like Sayori. Yeah. Sayori's a very good way to think about Satsuki. She's so sweet. I like her. But, yeah, I mean, the music in the background is just following the... I'm going to get a totally copyright strike for this whole thing, aren't I? I'm hoping not. The soundtrack was designed for this game, so we should be okay. This song is available if you have Amazon Prime, so you can listen to Prime Music. This song is on Prime Music, and it's, funny enough, on my playlist. I love it. It's fully vocalized as well. I think they'll play that through at the end. Let's say the girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened, so there's one space next to Monika and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. As I said, you want to play and record this. Oh! Yeah, you should play this stage, just to see what decisions you would make on it. So you can also buy it on Steam and the game itself. Yeah, I have bought the soundtrack. Funny enough, I bought the soundtrack on Steam. And so the game itself, the original game for this is free. It's a brilliant stage. Totally do it. Highly recommend it. But if you've got Amazon Prime, Amazon Music comes with it. Like, not the unlimited one, it's just basically included in Prime subscription. But yeah, this one's a much shorter one, so when you finish your October project stage, this one literally, it's a short game, and the original one is like 4 hours long unless you try to go for the perfect ending. So, maybe something to do afterwards. Right, Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. We said that, let's get back to it. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa. Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes, decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, and then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full. With her mouth full, and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavour. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I... Haven't I heard that somewhere before? I made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did. Sayori said... Well, maybe. But not for, you, dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess? Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I didn't. I wanted a free cupcake. I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seems really happy here, so... That's okay. I'm embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. There's your hint on how to get the perfect ending. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, no. Oh, hang on.
Tsundere is that type of person who acts all blag I hate you. But they're really all bluff I love you.
Yeah, that's Natsuki. You've been there exactly. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Peach, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, comic books. I read comic books. And Warhammer 40k novels. I've read War and Peace though, that's my claim to fame. I've read War and Peace. Considering how little I've read these past few years, true, when I started losing my eyesight, I stopped being able to read as much. I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. That's a good way to answer it. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Was War and Peace any good? War and Peace is very confusing. Like, really, it's really good. Like the descriptions they give of, like, especially the war parts, for me, were the more interesting parts, the way describing soldiers moving through, like, barren conditions, the war tactics that they all use, was really quite cool. But there's so many people, because it's like, there's so many books, there's so many characters, all with really complicated names, and there's a really long, like, political structure in it. It's a really hard book to get through. But yeah, it's good. I mean, the story's great. I mean, it is based on historical stuff as well, so you do learn a lot more about the Napoleonic War and stuff. It's a mixture. It's not like it goes war then peace. It's like a mixture, so it bounces between the two constantly. So yeah, it's not on my high recommended list of things, easy reading books, but yeah, it's decent. It's really decent. It's just long. Hey, Wheels. Glad you could make it, dude. How are we doing today? We're just vibing to some very cute music and just being roped into joining a literature club. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke out about without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favourites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She's got a good sense of style. I like this. So far we've learnt Natsuki likes manga, and Yuri likes complex fantasy stories. This is quite cool. But brains melted with work, yeah. I can definitely sympathise with that one, mate. But it's Friday night, and we got a weekend ahead. Right. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. That definitely used to be me. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Nice! I'm saying, impressed about how they managed to cut her suit jacket so it's still completely under her boobs in that so real way. It's a very tight jacket, apparently. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud! Give that back! Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hand on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Eh? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. I actually do. Why don't you share them sometimes? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Yeah, the expression. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yay, let's do it. Plus, now we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Peach? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. Eh? What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori might have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. How can you say no to this face? I mean, all of those faces. But I'm sorry, I thought... Peach... You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's all like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. She's so happy all the time. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. One by one, so they're all connected in series then. Like, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, not in parallel. It's not a parallel circuit here. We've got a series circuit. So it has to start with Sayori on the left. Welcome to the Literature Club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Peach, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Peach, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! Childhood friend! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. And Sage, you're not the protagonist. I'm the protagonist of this story! You're only the protagonist once you start playing it and record it yourself. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. I am a flower. Last poem I remember writing properly was about a cat. Eat, sleep, wash, purr, eat, sleep, wash, purr, eat, sleep, wash, mew, eat, sleep, go out to live. It was a great poem. Right, it's time to write a poem. I wasn't joking when I said we're writing poems tonight. So pick words you think your favourite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. So this is where you get to start trying to build a poem. You just put words together and it'll generate the poem for you. So you have to try and think, for these three girls, what words do we want to use? Now I've got 20 pages, but you know I'm going to save here because I think it's important to save every now and then. So, what word do we want to use? I think I'm going to choose 20 words, and you pick a word from each of the pages. That's what I seem to remember. So, vitality, vivid, peace, comfort, mouse, crimson, lucky, captive, vivacious. Alright, so Wheels, just to confirm, have you ever played this game before? We'll definitely go with captive. And let's see who likes captive. Alright, Yuri likes the word captive. We might be going for Yuri, guys. Right, next word. You've never played it? Fantastic. Brilliant. So this is all coming in like complete blind play. Brilliant. I like this remix. Sage says nibble. Okay. That's more of a Natsuki word. Right, so we've got, again, a selection of words. We're going to go quickly. Whichever one gets posted first is the one I'm going with. And we'll just see what happens. Marriage. Ooh. That's probably a cute word. I'm thinking that goes for Sayori. Yeah, I went for all the words that were about love and friendship, and it went straight for Sayori. Right, next one. Together. Is there a together? There's no together. Sorry. Nebulous. Sage says sing. Sayori. Diamond says flee. Okay. Yuri. We got a big mixture in the audience today. I'm taking a different person, so if it's a different person that posts like twice in a row, I'll still go with someone else. Next one then, page 6. Ooh, Wheel says kitty. Kitty. That one's Natsuki. Yeah, a lot of kitty votes there. Achievement. Doki Doki Poetry Slam. Definite Poetry Slam now. Death. Okay, that one goes for Sayori. Sayori likes the word death. Yeah. Wow, okay. Lust. Okay. Lust goes for Yuri. Word number 9. I might choose one of them, I don't know. Ooh, Sage says climax. I like the fact that one got blocked. Yeah, climax. There we go, Yuri mode. Yep, did trigger the auto mods. Oops. But it's okay, I'll allow that one. Ooh, we got a few words there, but one coming from onions this time. Graveyard, okay. Another one for Yuri. I think we're getting Yuri. I think we're definitely going Yuri-wise on this playthrough. Which is good, I like Yuri. Yuri's a good choice. Word 11. Wheel says sticky. Okay. Natsuki. I love how Sage goes sticky as well. But yeah, like each time you write these, you do start to learn the kind of words that a specific girl likes, and you do try and aim your words towards that person. Right, so Nebulous said rare. A bit too slow, Nebulous. I'm going to let Nebulous choose this one, because he did try to pick the last one. We'll let him get this one in. Obviously, you can pick one of the other words that you guys have chosen. So we've got Massacre and Anime already suggested, but I'm going to wait for a Nebulous word on this one, just to give him a bit of time. Because that's twice he's missed out. He says sunset. Okay, sunset is a Sayori word. Right, 13. It's like, I wish there was like Twitch integration for this, so I could just say Twitch vote, and it would like go through quicker that way. But I'll just go with chat. Chat's good. Right, anybody up for this one? Ooh, Princess Sully's parfait. I do like parfait. You ever met anyone you know that don't like parfait? I think parfait is going to be the most delicious thing in the world. Natsuki likes parfait. Wonder why Princess Sully goes for parfait. Oh, parfait got layers. Inferno from Diamond. Ooh, Doki Doki could have been a good one, but we got a double Inferno suggestion there. Right, next one up. Number 15. Wheels, oh yeah, I'll give you this one. He says pink. That goes for Natsuki. So Wheels is definitely gearing towards the Natsuki character. Most people otherwise seem to be going towards Yuri with a little bit of Sayori here. So we'll see who we end up with. This poem's all over the place. It doesn't appeal to one person. It's going for loads of them. It's Ooh, right. Effulgent. I like that. Let's go with Effulgent. Sage says swimsuit. Alright, Monatsuki for Sage. Effulgent, dictionary definition is shining brightly or radiantly. Ooh, I'm gonna go with that one from Diamond just because it's an HSD. Yes, Yuri. 2 more words to go. Right, Onions, you can have this one. Where are we going for Onions? Which one do you want to pick? Uncanny, right? Which is Yuri again. Last one. Alright, Wheels, this one's for you. You can have the last one. You started us off, you're going to finish this off. Entropy. Definitely Yuri. And there's a lot of Yuri words in there. Let's see what poem we've created from all this. But this is one of the things I like, because you can, every time you play, you can pick completely different words, and it changes the pathway, which is kind of normal, but it's rather than just choosing one of 3 options. I love the poetry system in this. Hi again, Peach. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Peach. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join the club this year, or join any club this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Peach always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking, like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sorry, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? So desu ka? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Peach can become good friends too. She's so innocent. Sayori. Hmm? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri! Even bought that you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori? Eh? Me? No, not really. Don't be shy. It's nothing. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? Eh? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted to. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. She makes that sound so naughty. Yeah! Isn't she so embarrassed? She's so cute. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. It's like, yeah, we can, if you like. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in her book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. I have a feeling this conversation is coming around because we chose a lot of Yuri words. Maybe? Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. At the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she nudges me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. That only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go, because I'm a protagonist and therefore trying to be deliberately oblivious. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? So desu ka. What's it about, anyway? Well... Yuri closes the book and... Sorry, Onion's nice. You'll have a hard time putting it down. I covered it in super glue. Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison, and while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's it's kind of dark, isn't it? You made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Peach? No, I am actually a big fan of these kind of things. No, it's not that. I mean, I could definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those kind of things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals and their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologise. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just sometimes I'm not very used to... That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realise that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologise a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Yeah, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead, I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yeah, we're reading together. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right hand to the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. When holding it like this, we're huddled even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I could feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. That's what you do when you're showing someone a book too. Yeah, you read over, look at them. You're like, they start reading and you just read with them, right? But yeah, this is so cute. I love the Yuri storyline here. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Look, she's looking at me. Since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it in my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second-guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like, she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. Peach, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait! I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were so self-conscious about that sort of thing. What did you think? I guess I more meant it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Like, we should get married? That's what high school girls think in, like, visual novels, right? As soon as you compliment them, it's like, we should get married! Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? Ooh, smooth. VNS, visual novels. I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. I'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright! I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? I did, and I had a lot of help, thank you. Yeah, my relaxation ends. I can't believe I'd agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Okay, who are we going to share with? This is the important bit. Who am I going to show my poem to first? Chat decides on this one. Every time there's a decision, I'm going to go back to you guys. You can help me choose. So, we have to pick a girl who's going to read my poem first. Yuri. Alright, first answer I got was Yuri. Seeing as Mr. Slow got in. Yuri. And then we'll go Yuri, then Sayori. I think we have to show it to everybody. Or at least we get to pick at least a couple of people. So we'll go Yuri, then Sayori, and then see if there's anyone else. Right, Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. Oh, what did I write? As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. She's gonna hate. He's gonna hate me. really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Huh? That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? We picked some really random words. Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. It's actually my first time. Really? Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just mean... Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her fingers along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of you writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognise in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up writing styles separate from the topic matter, and they fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds the train of thought, it's as if her demeanour totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri apologised to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if there's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Okay, let's see if I can read this poem. Alright. Like I said, these ones are the ones that, again, they're slightly randomised based on your options, so we'll see what we got. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. I like that. That's so good. I like that I flicker back bit at the end. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. Yeah, I flicker. It really is such a good line, that last one. Like, I didn't see it. Oh, that's not our poem, by the way. That was her poem to us. Yeah. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Sorry, I'm a slow reader. I'm partially sighted. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? That's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, I was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Yep, mild poem from Yuri. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Peach. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. Eh? It's nothing, really. yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course! You know, I was really nervous about doing all of this. But in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep doing my best for you, Peach. Me too. Right, so... Oh.
Only Yuri Peach 5 Neko Shogun.
Yeah, only Yuri. Yuri's such a good girl. Right, the next choice was Sayori, wasn't it? Let's go with Sayori. Okay, what does Sayori think? This is a good poem, Peach. You sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who'd be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. Well, that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you would write one at all. I am really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Peach. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this is for other people. That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. And I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Really horny teenagers. Yeah. We got like, he's got his own little harem here, it's great. Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Let's see. Sayori, dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. It's so cute! It's so cute! Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until the morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. At least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I say I like the last bits. It's like the end of these poems are really good. I didn't say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice. Or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. And get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm going to write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. And that's why you have to do the anime toast run. Exactly. Right, okay, so we've got to choose between Natsuki and Monica. And this is, remember, I'm playing this on my horror stream. This is so cute! I needed something cute tonight. Right, go, Natsuki or Monica. We're going Natsuki? Alrighty, let's see what Natsuki came up with. Well, it's about what I expected for someone like you. It's a little blunt. Well, excuse me, princess. It's not like I said it was bad. Just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes? Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Sigh. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'd like it. God. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. but that's about it. That's the kind of poetry I used to write when I was in secondary school. People can try, but that's about it. The endings are perfect. Eagles can fly, people can try. I love it. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I don't. We love it. I love it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. It's like when it's easy to read but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you to do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme and at the end, but then it's all fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feelings in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into this than I realised. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humour her with that last comment. It's such a good poem because it looks super simplistic, but then that last line, yeah, it's beautiful. Like it all builds up, and then it's like, wow. She doesn't finish. She has one of those little fang teeth. Yeah, there she is, the little snaggle tooth. Although it looks cute in anime, it's not cute in the real world. A lot of Japanese girls like to think it is, so they get their teeth deliberately bent out of shape so they can have the snaggle tooth. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then it won't take that away from her. So, just Monica left. Hi, Peach. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Peach. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Peach. I was going to say, ooh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That's why it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Yes! We definitely got Yuri! Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyse all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm sure Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone might be a little bit biased towards their own kind of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. So what have you said? There's a spider on your bed, what do I do? Burn it down, onions. Burn it with fire. Everything, just burn it all down. Everything, just fire. As the dust one, I'd rather not kill it. Fair enough. I just push them off with paper until they fly away. I had one like dangled down on a thread, so it's like about this far in front of my face. I went, ah! Whack! And then ran away and got the dust blaster. It ran away, so that was good. I don't know where it is now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Sure thing, Monica. Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? Let's see. Well, let's read it then. Let's have a look. Monica's poem, Hole in the Wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes? Noisy neighbour? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas, already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. Woof. That one's got a lot of deepness to it. That one's like all over the place. And you're getting ready for Pathfinder now. Okay, Sage, have a good day. I enjoy your game. You miss out though. You're gonna miss out. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it could be really powerful. That was the inspiration behind this one. Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Yeah, it's like, it does make better sense. I say buy a better pen if you've got a big pen, yeah. But I say if you ever use like fountain pens or anything, it does puddle up. And actually the song for this game, the Doki Doki Literature Club's theme song, does talk about puddles of ink a lot. Thanks for listening. I need a drink. And my voice is definitely getting croaky. Whew. Okay. You thrown some things at the other end of the room, hoping it's staying over there now. Fair. Hopefully it stays there for the audience. I won't say anything about where else it could be. Alright, I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. If they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You meant you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but I really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it. And Peach did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. Wow, they are being so catty to each other. And you're waiting on chicken tikka masala. Nice. See, why is everyone talking about food tonight? I'm so hungry. Peach liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? Are they fighting over me already? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Eh? That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Peach appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh? How'd you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. It's such a catfight, yeah. Is this? I'm wondering if this dialogue also changes because, like, we did quite heavily get Natsuki as like a second in this, so we. Oh man. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Peach started showing up. Natsuki? Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you! I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me, as if they just noticed I was standing there. Peach... She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. That's the point in making your poems all... What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out of the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Peach. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessary, limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Peach? Don't ever get in the middle of fights like this, dude! How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Who's it gonna be? I think in my first playthrough I went with Sayori for everything. But, who are we going? Are we gonna keep going with the Yuri path here? I'm kind of hoping we do. But, we can switch at this point, because it looks like we've got quite an even battle between these two. You think stick with Yuri? Alright. I'm sorry, Natsuki, but Yuri is our choice for today. We've spent so much time with her, she's adorable. Natsuki, you're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait, that's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all! Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri? Huh? You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, that's... But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yeah, you don't appreciate the whole being mean to show you like someone thing. Yeah, I always get slightly turned off with Natsuki's personality in this one, but she does have a really cute story when you get into it. But it's getting past that barrier first. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? This is really diplomatic. Excuse me. It's time for my nightly sneeze. This is really diplomatic though. It's like, I said did the Sayori help? Yeah. First time I played through, I made sure all my words were really lovey and cutesy, and went to Sayori. As always, Sayori, help me! And the Sayori path was a good choice for a first playthrough, but this is very interesting for me because it is playing out very differently. And anyway, I don't know how much of this as well is part of the plus story, and how much is the original one just that I decided I didn't see. Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped, at this point being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. Sayori, she doesn't need to... You know what? I'm gonna do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. Natsuki, she really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yeah, we made her very upset though, because that was kind of mean though. We ganged up on Natsuki a bit there, guys. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in the adjacent chair. Sigh. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri. How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well... Alright, I believe you. Thanks, Peach. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you part of this club now. It's nothing. One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about... You know. Yeah, we know. I would never do anything so shameful. So... What thing did Natsuki say? Oh, dude, come on! Don't make her say it! Well, never mind that. I'm gonna go make some tea. Ah, good idea! Let's play Clueless. Clueless protagonist wins all the way. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yep! She just really wants us to be discussing her tits again. Yep, that's what she wants. It's a boob conversation. Yeah. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Peach, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome! In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. Maybe you learn something from your friends, too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kind of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. So here's the key thing here. We are trying to impress a specific girl for the playthrough here. So because we've gone for Yuri, let's see if we can identify the words that we think go with Yuri for this playthrough. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Peach, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Yeah, hint, hint, sophisticated. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? Between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Peach, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. Sigh. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. We're in a harem situation here, Sayori. We're surrounded by cute girls that all like her. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Well, we'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this. Totally. Dating sims, man. Dating sims, best way to cheat yourself up. Right, we have to choose 20 words. And I said what I'm really looking for here are the ones that we seem to think would appeal to Yuri the most. So she likes things that are, sophisticated, have a lot of meaning behind them. A lot of, like, metaphors and deeper, darker things. So, what are we going with for our first words? Just like, yes. So, what kind of words do we want to go for? Like, cute, I think, would be like Sayori. Infallible. Ooh, infallible, let's go for it. Yep, that one worked beautifully. Bouncy's totally Sayori. Papa, it's probably Sayori. Daydream, probably Sayori. We're thinking unending. Unending? Yeah, that's a good one. Bouncy Wheels does not sound like Yuri. I think Bouncy's definitely going to be more Sayori, the happy words. Ooh, so what do we think? We're going quite dark on these, aren't we? I know you like it. You should play it. Say, highly recommend you play the game yourself, though, mate. But it is completely free on Steam. The original game, like I said, maybe 2 to 3 hours if you play through from beginning to end. It's a really good story. Like, just the actual story itself for a read, amazing. And it plays differently every time. Right, so we go Passion. Okay. Nope, that was Sayori. Sayori's all about energy, about happiness, and all those really positive words. Shiny, vivid philosophy, childhood, tears, games, philosophy. Yeah, that's a good Yuri word. I like that one. Yeah, eternity or philosophy. I think both of those probably would have worked really well there. You think melody? I'll choose it because that's what you're going with. But I think I don't know. Melody sounds too happy. Yeah, that's a Natsuki word. That one. Oh god, I think there's quite a few Yuri words on here. Like, because melody's quite like a cheerful thing, like what we look at the moment. Depression. Yeah, I'm thinking Fester and Depression are the two I was thinking. We'll go with Depression. No, oh god, Depression goes for Sayori. Foreboding. Fester was probably better at that point, maybe. But I thought Depression would be a really good one. But yeah, right. Sayori got the word depression for her. Contamination, alright. Yeah, Yuri, that's a good one. But maybe the previous phone was set up the heavy keywords. Yeah, maybe. Well, so what these do, though, is like, you try to pick words that appeal to them, and they've got like a little hidden affection meter that goes with it. So the more words you choose towards a specific person pushes you towards their storylines a little bit more. And depending on the different levels that you get, you can, like, eke towards someone. It's better to pick one girl and go through with that, because then you get their full story in one playthrough. But I'm going to point this out now if anyone plays this. The way to sort of cheat the system for the best ending is to play through the first act, save, and then restart the game, go with a different girl, play through the first act, then restart, go through it until you've seen all of the girls' stories in the first act, then continue to Act 2. That's how you get the perfect ending. We're not doing that. because I can't be bothered. Oh, right, okay, anyway. Sensation, scars, and despise. There's some really good words in there. Sensation, we'll try it. That's a good one. Yep, we got that one for Yuri. I think all of those were really good. Scars, though, I'm starting to worry if that would go towards Sayori after the depression one. Oof. Their stories are getting a little dark. Marshmallow. Marshmallow, I think would be Natsuki, right? Ooh, what are we going to go for on this one then? This is difficult, this one though. Thinking electricity? Okay. Nice call. So our poem is really weird at this point. The sensation of electricity. Unrestrained. That sounds pretty good. Both of those sound pretty good. This unrestrained work. I think both of those again really quite good because we're going for these really long words that have like loads of like meaning behind them, I suppose. Longer words sound good, right? I'm gonna have to play this game in Japanese at some point. Starscape. I think Starscape sounds too positive to me. They're a bit more dreamy. Entropy or determination? Determination. A couple of votes for determination there. All right. Yep, we got Yuri on determination. Yuri's gonna love us after this. We're like completely writing this in her style. Dark. Dark could be an interesting one to test to see if we're gonna get another Sayori word. Let's try it. Yeah. So, words like dark and depression are going towards Sayori now, even though all of her words in the original one... No, I was actually really... I just wanted to test it. I think we should. She's gone from having all these words like passion and happiness and bounciness into darkness and depression at this point. Oof, right. Either way. Yuri words... We've definitely got that now. Maybe she has a thing for it. I think she must do. I mean, they're childhood friends, right? Vivacious. I like vivacious. I just like it as a word. Yeah, vivacious goes for Yuri. Nice. 7 more words to go. I'm thinking tragedy might be a Sayori word. I'm going to avoid that one. But then what else would fit for Yuri? All of these seem... Yeah, explode, maybe. Should we try it? Yeah, good call. Waterfall. Again, it's like waterfall could be a really good one because there's a lot of metaphors that go along with waterfalls. So again, some good suggestions. Thanks, guys. I'm really rubbish at this, by the way. When I start picking words, I go, that sounds like a Yuri word, and it'll end up being like Natsuki. I'm like, damn it, how is that cute? Anxiety would be Sayori. Yeah, I definitely think anxiety. Because she's, yeah, it's, oh god. So, let's not go anxiety. So, extraordinary or essence. Let's go extraordinary. No, that was Sayori! So she has some positive words still in there. Damn. So we are getting a little bit Sayori, which is good though, because she's childhood friend. We need to stay good with her. But we're really, really, really going to piss off Natsuki, aren't we? Secretive or judgment? Secretive? Yeah, secretive worked. Ooh, massacre! I'm very tempted on that one myself. Incongruent. Fantasy. Fantasy, yeah, I'm thinking fantasy. Because she did say she likes fantasy stories, right? Damn it, no! But no! I guess the manga side, but Yuri said she liked fantasy. Like, I like reading fantasy. It was in her opening statement. Damn it. Just trying to give different people some say in this, though. Vitality? You happy with Vitality? But yeah, these skills really are a lot more complex. Vitality, good one for Yuri. Nice. Death. Part of me really wants to know whose death is, but where do we go for? But yeah, there's like they say they like one thing, but do they actually like it? That's the question. Like what they like on the outside, does that really appeal to their inner personalities? Intellectual? Yep. Okay, take that. All three of you chose intellectual. One more. Bubbles! No, bubbles are cute. Yuri's cute, but she's wrong type of cute. Marriage again. We chose marriage last time, didn't we? Time? Time's an interesting one. Let's finish with that, yeah. We've definitely got a Yuri. We've definitely got a Yuri this time. We did it, team. You guys are amazing. Right, another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've got a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. High five! Hi Peach! Yo, Sayori! Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. Oh, by the way, just while I've got the point of this, Sunday is World Mental Health Day, so just pointing that one out to say I should be streaming on Sunday. I think Sunday's okay for me streaming. So I'll be streaming on Sunday, but it is World Mental Health Day. So, yeah, let's just make sure that you guys are looking out for your mental health this weekend. If you do have anything that you feel is getting you down and you want to talk to somebody, I will be around all day Sunday. So do feel free to drop me a line. Come along and chat on the stream, and we'll sort out each other's problems. Because this is a good game to bring that one up. But I'm not playing this on World Mental Health Day. This game would destroy people on Mental Health Day. Either way, see, that's my teacher side kicking in. They're definitely not playing this on Sunday. Sunday I'm going to play something nice and happy, like Final Fantasy 13, which is people being turned on by their entire universe. And yeah. But yeah, that's Sunday, so just be aware of that. So if you guys need anything, Sunday I'll be around all day. If you need to talk, this is not one that I will put in. Right, I'm still not used to being... I said that. I see. Heather 15 is a cheerful fan. Yeah, I already finished 15 though, mate. We played that one on stream. We're now working backwards through the titles. I cried so much through 15. Every time I played it, I've cried, but I even cried on stream for 15. I love that game, but the ending just brings me to tears every time. Be like hotels and just skip 13. No, I love 13 as well. 13 is a lot better than people give it credit for, and as a trilogy goes, the second one is amazing. But it's definitely underrated. So 13 as my current challenge. So every Sunday I am playing through the 13 trilogies, and we'll keep going until I've played them all. I'm a big fan of 13. I'm a big fan of most of them, to be honest. Anyway, back to this game. I see, it's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Why that? All of a sudden... No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents fall on the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I could see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have brought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and want an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. So am I. And so that only leaves the one option. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Ooh, that's a horrible philosophy. Yuri suddenly giggles. I didn't notice that she was listening in. The face is in her book as always. I wasn't listening or anything. I was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Peach to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Did I just... I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that... You're right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution. Retribution. That! Still, coming from you, Sayori... Alright, sorry, that was Yuri's week. Still, coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside of all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. I love the sound effect there. Yeah! Ow! What was that? A cookie? Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution. Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly clasps her hand over her mouth. I bit my tongue. Kamimashita. Sorry, Diamond's probably the only one that gets that reference. Kamimashita. Sorry. Right. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? You think Natsuki's trying to get the Sayori back now, bribing her with treats. She's realised that Sayori is up for grabs because we're going after Yuri, so she's going after Sayori. Go for it, Natsuki. We'll be your wingman. Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arm around her. Jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off her. Oh! That's definitely not me. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Okay, so you think, you say, hey, if we go for Yuri, why is all the Yuri happening over there? We got Yuri everywhere! We decided to go for the Yuri path, so now we have Yuri and Yuri. It's great. Mouth full, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori... Eh? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the clubroom. Ugh. Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She's probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. Eh? You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's pretty more desirable than any of us. Oh, but she's pretty more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Eh? Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. A boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. And never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring, at least. I must not have heard it, since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't really. I just kind of started recently. I always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. That's... Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Peach. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? Well, not really. I choose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. Looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to a book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Change of scene, drink time. Because we got some poems to read, I think, soon. This bottle was full when I started this evening. Oops. I haven't drunk enough today, though. Long school day. Lost my water bottle, so... bleh. Right. Hey, Yuri. Yay, we got the Yuri path. We definitely know that. Eh? Aha. I suddenly noticed that Yuri's reading a different book from the one we've been reading together. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. No. I was kind of just waiting for you. If that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started? Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. I agree. Cup of tea, good cup of tea, can make a lot of things better. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside, and a rusty spoon. Can I stroke your rusty kettle? I wonder what you taste like. Sorry. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk, and then we'll go get some water. So the way you read some of that... Yeah, sorry, I always channel... My inner salad fingers is always channeled through everything. Never apologise for it. Because I don't! I love salad fingers. Very thematic as well for tonight. Right, she walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water picture? I like it when the red water hands. Salad fingers forever! Exactly! Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. Yeah, why not? Shall we go then? Yeah. God, this is awkward. Where are you two off to? Huh? Yuri's gonna make some tea, so... I suddenly realised how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. We're just filling the water pitcher. Ah, okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. When we finish this, salad might be appropriate. Yeah, salad fingers might be a good one, actually, but yeah. Sad lad might be appropriate, sorry. I'm going to try not to cry through this. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? That's... Monica, please mind your own business for once. Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve Peach in club activities? Eh? My mouth gapes. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Then let's go, Peach. I love how they're all fighting over me, it's great. Yuri quickly exits the room and I follow. There we go. Yuri telling Monica to sit down and shut up. Exactly. Once the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri? Something about the way she said that made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me? No, Yuri. I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to judge people like that. Peach, how come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me? Because nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions, and we can't always hide them away. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. No. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that? Friend, you say? You got friend zone! No, we don't have friend zone, Yuri. Yuri lifts her head. Peach, I really like being friends with you. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that, but I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway, yeah. Shall we go? Yeah. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom. Peach, do you like oolong tea? Yeah! She do, it's pretty good. Anything's fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. You can't boil water at 200 degrees! But I guess the filament could be set to 200 degrees, which would boil the water quickly. Would get it to 100 degrees quickly. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? It's American. Americans don't have degrees. Controversial opinion time. Of course. I shouldn't do anything less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. In that case, you'll only even be more impressed. Perhaps I will. Oolong's one of the few teas that's drinkable without at least a bit of milk. Yeah, it's like, I like green tea. Most types of green tea I really like. Jasmine, also really, really good. Like, jasmine's sure the ones I have short. Americans have percentage hot. Yeah, I like that one. You can tell we're related, can't you? Sure they do. Degrees Fahrenheit. Nah, that's not real. That don't exist. Sure it's a book. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? So desu ka? I was letting it show. Sorry, I have to say so desu ka, because that you could tell that's what the Japanese phrase would be at that point. I was letting it show, and you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. turns out it's not very hard for me to do. Look, she's trying for me. Oh my heart. And yeah, at least it's not Kelvin. Kelvin is doing 200. I've heated the water. I've set the kettle to 200 degrees Kelvin. Click, and the whole room like flash freezes. Well done, Yuri. You just destroyed the world. Brought us into the next ice age. Well done. When it's you who's around anyway. Ah, that's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Peach. It's very endearing. That's... 200k isn't too bad. It's only minus 73 degrees Celsius. Yeah, we can survive that, right? Oh, Nebulous off to bed. Have a good night, mate. Sorry you're going to miss the next bit. You've missed... It's like I haven't got to the focus point for tonight. But it might just be all the cutesy stuff tonight, which would be great. But have a good night, Nebulous. And hopefully see you tomorrow. Remember, we got Pathfinder on at 6 o'clock tomorrow. So hopefully we'll see you then. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't know if I can keep up with this. I watched Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Peach, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Eh? Why is that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Ah, sorry, I didn't realise. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. That's probably from the conversation we were having earlier, Yuri, the one that I'm completely oblivious to. That's why you have back pain. Is that so? She wants to make us say starts to see how quickly we crack. It's like, no, I'm not in pain. I can't feel my legs anymore. It's fine. I learned to sit and say. I got complimented for my ability to sit and seiza. Doing all of that with an Aikido really paid off. So when I went to Japanese meetings, I'm just sat and like, you could just cross your legs. It's okay. I'm like, no, I will sit and seiza. And I see the she does need a posture check. I don't think that'll help. I wonder why that is. It's most likely because my... Yep, there she goes again. She keeps drawing attention to her boobs. Your posture, right? Say earlier it says posture. Is your posture right? Always hunched over like that while reading. Yes, I have terrible reading posture. So that's why we should sit on the floor. I wasn't talking about my boobs. Yeah, good save, Yuri. Nice. Fair enough. I'm being oblivious protagonist again. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. Ah, I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I keep hidden from Sayori's candy radar. I take it, since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. Giddy giddy, sitter! Oh man, Diamond, you got me thinking very much about Honey and Clover again. No more Shudan! No more! God, I need to watch that series. I might have to start another binge watch of that. Oh man, it's been far too long. Right. Alright, as you can see... My good friend, no more. Exactly. Yep. No more. No more. No more than Shudan. Right, as if in sync, we assume... Sorry, everyone else who's watching is going to be like, what is he talking about? What an utter nutter. Highly recommend an anime series called Honey and Clover. One of the main characters in it is my absolute perfect person. He's brilliant. Yeah, he can't wake up on his own, and he gets told if he's late for lectures, he's going to get kicked out. And his roommate tries to wake him up, and that scene is beautiful. He's an amazing character. Really good series, though. Right. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay. I won't take any. Eh? You sure? Well, if I touch it, then it might get smudges on the pages. You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? You sure? Of course. So having a cute girl pressing up against you, holding a book that you're reading together while you eat chocolate, and oh, that's so cute. It wouldn't happen if we licked our fingers. If someone licked our fingers clean. Yeah, my fingers are dirty. Lick my fingers. Oh god. Okay, but this is an intense moment, guys. Getting hot into the collar. Yuri opens the book with both hands. This sounds very Zelda-like, right? This button. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting atop my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri's already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it in my mouth. I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. Ooh, ooh. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Eh? Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. We're feeding each other. This is woof, woof, oh, woof. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Peach? Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Well, you were just helping. That's something that friends do. Right? I mean... Not really in this context, but... Yeah... That's all it was. Yeah... Then... You don't need to stop or anything. I see. The situation has got really tense. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell just by her expression that even she can't focus now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers. But this time, Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips. But it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. Okay, everyone! Yuri jolts back. I love it so much. Damn it, man! We're just getting to the good bits. It's time to share poems. Peach, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right? Yeah, of course. Okay, thanks. The spell is abruptly broken. I'll take care of the cups. Yeah. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. That was a romantic version of Death Notes. I take a chip and I eat it. I take a chip and I eat it and I write someone's name down. Yeah, so this was the cute version. I get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. Nope, not until you start feeding her again. Okay, who are we showing the poems to this time? I'm thinking Yuri first. And then we go for all the others that are going to hate us. Because again, the order that you pick does affect how they like you. So Yuri first, but then if you guys pick the order now about like who we're going to go with, then we'll just go straight through with it while I go through Yuri. But then Sayori again. Yeah, that works. Then Natsuki. Sounds good to me. Okay. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Peach, this one might be even better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine. Take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. Yeah. Just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I really only write for myself. Besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh. Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. Okay, the raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, my urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. Rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. Again, like it builds up, and then that ending. Wow. I do honestly think the writing of the poems in this game is really, really spot on. But yeah, there's so much in there. Like, if we go back into the point here saying the knife is a symptom, the bread is curiosity, and raccoon is an urge. So when we're feeding the urge with curiosity, I'm trying to get my head around this because, you know, with it being like 20 past midnight now, like trying to say, like each time I brandish, every time I get symptoms, the urge shows its excitement, rush of blood, I slice the bread, so the hunger of my the bread, my hungry curiosity, so I get curious, and so there's some kind of urges in there that she's trying to feed, and she knows that by constantly feeding them, she's creating the urges more. Oh, this is deep. It's deep. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's about sex. All poems are about sex. Everything that you think about is sex as well, David. So this fits in nicely. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem's about. We can, when we got it. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the if you think about Joey from Friends, he says everything is dirty, and I'm pretty sure that Dean from Supernatural can make everything about sex as well somehow. Doesn't he have that conversation? He goes, "Yeah, Sam, everything's about sex." Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Dean is all sex. He is just sex on legs. Just saying, it's Dean. I'd love to slice your bread. Here we go. Grandma's chicken salad. Right, okay. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I want to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sorts of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. Pudding! No, I'm not going to do pudding on stream. I'll get myself banned instantly. No one wants to see that. It's those sorts of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself, right? So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why'd you keep them to yourself? But because they're embarrassing. People would make fun of me. Do you have anything like that, Peach? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes, and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. You're good at a lot of things. Writing, listening. There really aren't any people like you, Peach. That's exaggerating a little bit. It's just how I feel. I never thought I'd feel so comfortable sharing my writing. But now, I almost feel like I look forward to it. It's just a really nice feeling. And you need to thank for that. Yeah, putting things in my mouth. Yeah, like chocolate, because, you know, decent people. We're good at putting food in your mouth. That's it. It's nothing really. Yuri smiles sincerely at me. For just a moment, her timidness seems to disappear. Right, so we did that, then the next one we said was Sayori. Okay, Sayori! Check out my poem! Ooh! I like this one, Peach. It has some nice feelings in it. Like depression. Sorry, because we put depression and dark in there and you like that. Ah, I'm glad. Does this mean it's better than yesterday's? Let me think. I don't know. I guess I like them both. That's not very helpful, you know. Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad. That's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Why don't you at least try giving it some thoughts? Aw, you want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. About depression and dark and death. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Yeah, there we go. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad? I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug. Make a nice happy rainbow. Sorry, that's unexpectedly poetic. Huh? Is it? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Peach. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? I do like Sayori, she's so sweet. This is why I went with her on my first playthrough, because it's just like, she's so, like, innocent about everything, and, like, tries to find something positive in it all. Let's see how cute her story is this time. Bottles! Okay. This possibly isn't good. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on a shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in bottles all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friends feel a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done. I open up and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf one after another, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends, and my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. That got really dark. Yeah, she's got some darkness in her. Like, it started off really cute, like trying to find all these happy thoughts to cheer up her friends. But then, like, I'm getting this whole feeling in this poem of, like, her friends seem to she feels like she's expected to make people feel happy, and then she's running out of happiness herself inside. It's kind of like this whole idea, like hiding that sadness inside her thing with the happiness, but the happiness goes without being appreciated, and she's seeing other people fighting around her, and she's seeing people being sad, which makes, oh man, that's a really sad poem. That sounded kind of happy, and then it's like I'm trying to cheer people up, and then it got dark, and then it got really dark, and then I feel so bad for Sayori. She's cute. She doesn't realize she's so sad. Holy crap! Sayori, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Hi, cat! We're getting ready for World Health Day, which is on Sunday. So I'm playing the game which is all about best mental health. But hi, cat. But yeah, I think maybe this is the way she's sharing it. Yeah, but I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly, but maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. When are we playing B4B? I don't know. When are we able to play Back for Blood? Like, when it can happen? I'm good for it. We should definitely organise the time. Yeah. We should definitely... That's going to be the tough point, is trying to find a time, a date. Because this month ain't happening, definitely. This is just not this month. But, yeah, fair enough. You don't have a job at the moment. Is everything alright? But yeah, this month is a dead zone for me after this weekend, though. I have zero time. Like, Sunday's gonna be my last stream for a while. Yeah, last stream this Sunday till November. So it's gonna be a bit. I'm thinking too hard about this, though. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Ah, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. They say you got pushed into a corner, so either you quit or was fired. Quitting is generally better than being fired, at least. Just generally from a education, like a employment law perspective. Yeah, because being fired don't sound good on references. Why'd you leave your last job? I decided it was a good time to leave, so I handed my resignation. Why'd you leave? They fired me. I don't have to talk about that. Well, I hope you managed to find something else soon. I mean, you've definitely got a lot of experience in the industry. So fingers crossed you can find something. But yeah, I'll definitely let you know. I'm thinking... probably I will be back for a few days before Halloween, so maybe we can find some time around there to do something. Which would be cool. More fuzzy. I'm slightly less fuzzy right now, actually, because my hair is tiny. I got like... It's growing back, though. It's growing back. And my beard's coming back as well, so I'm getting there. My moustache is also getting quite impressive. It actually comes down the side of the face now. You believe companies are only allowed to confirm employment happened these days? So, yeah. Yeah, they won't, but if you ever asked about it, like quitting definitely comes off. Facially fuzzy, that's just because I'm too busy. I'm just way too busy at the moment to actually shave. I should shave. Just not time or energy. Right, you've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah! Writing is the best. I'm going to keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sarah's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this one is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. I'm not saying anything. You have to be fired if you want job seeker benefits. That is true. Because otherwise, if you quit, you have to wait to, like, there's a time limit, which is annoying. I'm not saying anything. I'm saying anything. Right, Natsuki. Princess Sully, proper country. Well, it's not really any worse than your last one, but I can't really say it's any better either. Phew. Huh? Phew what? Well, anything that isn't a train wreck, I'll take as a win. And I get the feeling you're probably the most critical. Hey, what makes you... Wait, maybe that was a compliment. Glad to see someone recognizes my experience. Well then, keep practicing and maybe you'll be good as me someday. That's... something tells me Natsuki completely missed the point. Come to think of it, this kind of reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday. Eh? Think so? Yeah, well, I guess if you've been friends with her for so long, you might be on the same wavelength. You never really struck me as her type. Sayori has a type all of a sudden? Well, I don't know, but honestly, how could someone so fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging around a dead weight. That was a little unnecessary. But think of it this way, if it weren't for me, she would probably just fly away like letting go of a balloon. You could say, we each take care of each other in our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here. Let's see what she's come up with. Yeah, employment, health insurance. Ugh. Man, that sounds messed up, yeah. That sounds messed up. Why'd you have to wait to find out if you do qualify for benefits? It's like, surely they must know, right? I was in this situation, now I'm in this situation. Does this situation qualify? The benefits departments, man. They just make everyone's life hard. It's like, make your own lives easier by being better for the people that need your help. Duh. Right, let's see what Natsuki wrote this time. Amy likes spiders. I think I read this one before, actually. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favourite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of her words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time, I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if she doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm going to tell everyone. Man, she is such a bully. Yeah, she's such a bully though. That's an easy, obvious one, that one. It's like picking on someone for one little thing. I mean, it could be. You could see this about any kind of phobia, couldn't you? Like, homophobia fits in really well. Any kind of discrimination or discriminatory feelings. It's like, it doesn't matter what kind of person you are, I'm going to hate you for this one little tiny thing, which is completely irrelevant. Yeesh. Natsuki, if this is about you, you are even more horrible than we thought. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies. And it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Yeah, it's about Yuri, definitely. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course, it's about how everyone thinks my... That doesn't matter. It could be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or a guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people find out they'd make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Yes, there we go, that's good. It's good that it's not what you think. It's pointing out people being stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as you're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Huh, that's funny. Yuri wrote about something similar today. Huh? Did you say Yuri? Yeah. She said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. I didn't really get it, but she said something similar to you. That people shouldn't make each other feel insecure about those things. Really? Well, I mean, Yuri's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she has some weird hobbies. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's not like I would judge her or anything. Natsuki has trouble finding words. I guess I should try not to be mean to her. Good choice, Natsuki. If she feels insecure about her weird behaviors and stuff, I mean, I always hate people who make me feel insecure. And Yuri made me feel insecure yesterday. But the way you put it, it sounds like she's learned her lesson. Well, I would say so. Even if her writing style is really different, I'm sure she'll appreciate the message in your poem. It's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like, conveying emotions is important. But I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm going to write a good one for tomorrow too, so look forward to it. I'm going to try and see if we can finish Act 1 tonight. Might get a bit late, but we'll see. Right, Monica, what do you think? What do you think, girl? Hi again, Peach. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Natsuki's poem seemed to have the opposite message of what they say. But I think that was the point. She was really emphasizing how, I think the message of Natsuki's poem was that it was really stupid. It's like, I can point out all these good things, but I'm going to hate you for this one thing. I think she was just trying to make fun of it, like really highlight how stupid it was, hating Amy because she likes spiders. So I do kind of get that. I was wondering, like, is she trying to say something? But yeah, I think that was her message. I definitely do feel like the message of that poem was really emphasizing how stupid it was to hate Amy. Because even the point outside goes, yeah, so what? She's got lots of hobbies. So what? She's got lots of friends. So what? She's really popular. I'm going to hate her. I'm going to make everyone... It's like, yeah, I think she's pointing out, it's like, that's a stupid way to be. Don't be like the person in the poem. Yeah, blunt, very blunt. His Natsuki all over the place. But sure, here we go. Like, whenever you talk to Monica, she does tell you who your poem has appealed to, so you get a lot of, like, feeling for the members of the club from this. And she says, alright, this one's good. It feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style? You're still avoiding Amy, yeah, because she likes spiders, and Natsuki said to stay away from her. I guess so. You can't deny that she's talented. Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen. I noticed that too. Or when she's talking about literature, it's like the light turns on inside her. Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what goes on in that head of hers? I hope you don't mean that in a bad way. No, of course not. I just mean that I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still, defending her like that, you must be pretty into her. Eh? You completely misunderstood. Calm down, I'm kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she already got a boyfriend. Wait, really? Yeah, a fictional one anyway. Monica kind of whispers that last part to me. Oh yeah, a fictional one anyway. It's just a hunch, but... Well, there's not really anything wrong with that. Well, I know. I was just saying. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. You wouldn't describe Yuri's style as romantic. I guess it's romantic as in the style, like, the romantic period. Because, like, describing things romantic isn't always about love. It's more about that overly dramatized stuff. Like, to romanticize something, like, to, you know, really have a fantasy view on it and make it out into something a lot bigger than it is. That's how I would perceive that. But yeah, romantic isn't the first word I would use to describe it, but I can see where that would come from. You want to be friends with Amy, she can take... Ah, fair. See, onions are just nice to everyone. Alright, let's have a look at Monica's poem. Save me. The colours, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colours. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me? Okay. I know where I want to go with this, but without spoiling anything, I'm just going to go, on this. That sounds... The fact it's called Save Me, and that's quite negative imagery. But it's got Monica's theme in the background, it's quite cool. The load me line, though. Beautiful. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. Just kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. Yeah, so someone has some sensory overload, right? Like, there's too much going on, like, I don't know how to interpret it kind of thing. And just want someone to help me make sense of it all. I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I write the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. You see? It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. Save! You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected might happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. You see where this is going, right? I love that bit. This bit is just like so much foreshadowing. It's great. But the fact she's saying it's safe when you make a difficult decision. Monica, do you smell toast? Yeah. Do you smell burning feathers? Right. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone can come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Oh.
Vessel approaching.
Hey.
The vessel is hailing.
Thank you very much for the follow. We got Monica's following us, guys. Monica! It's just Monica. It's just Monica. Monica's always watching us. Hello, Monica. Hi. It's just Monica watching. It's fine. Thank you very much for the follow, Monica. I know you're always there for me. Thank you very much appreciated for the follow. They said that smelling burnt toast is a symptom of a stroke. Yeah, I've got that. It's been really weird because they'll be burning toast at school as part of an experiment. But burning feathers is a sign of like a brain tumour, so it's also another side effect. Hello, how are we doing today? I am doing a blind playthrough of Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. I've played the first one though, so I'm trying to make sure I'm being very spoilery free here. Right, is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. First playthrough of Plus. Not my first playthrough of the original game, but say we're taking a very different route this time anyway. So I do know the general twist. Just, there's definitely people watching, because I say stuff about the game, so... Say, yeah, there's people in here that have not played it before, and a lot of people have watched other people's play through it. But it's my first playthrough of Plus, so I'm just going through for a Twitch play. Get people chat, talk about stuff. So yeah, I'm being very careful to avoid spoilers for people. No, don't worry, you're all good. You are all good, Monica. You're all good. Alright. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last minute preparations. I'm taking it though that you are a fan of the game, funnily enough from the title. Don't worry so much. We're gonna keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori's been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but it doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica? Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it on the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been colouring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea, but I didn't sign up for this, you know. There's no way I'm going to be part of performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never, in my life, do something like that. Do. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys! No, sorry. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple of days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kinda overlooked that, so I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then we'll inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah! It's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, and finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. You don't want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. This is why she's the president. This is gonna get so confusing. With Diamond shouting at Monica and Monica being confused. But that is Monica. This is Monica. Monica's in chat and indicates Monicaception right now. This is beautiful. I need to find a Monica avatar. I really do. Oof. Might not exist anymore, that command though, I did, so I'm not sure. We'll see. I have to give? I don't remember. I can't remember. It might be exclamation mark give. Oh, I just have to run some events. Let's get earn some money with some stuff going on down there. If all it takes is standing in front of a room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we could do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright. Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone! You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. I wish they'd stop saying this. Oh no! We got a boss fight! Oh, this is going to be hilarious because I don't know if people can actually read it on the screen. Hang on. I'm going to have to make this bigger so you guys can actually read the instructions for the fight. There we go. Just for the fight, I'm making that a little bit bigger because the instructions are going to show up in the middle of the screen. So if you are in the fight, if you go !join space something like warrior, priest or mage, you will join into the fight, and then when it's your turn, so at the front of the queue at the moment is onions, but when you're at the front you will have a bunch of options that show up, and if you type in the command it will you'll do that command. So yeah, it should be good. Ooh, we haven't had a fight this big for a while, so this should be interesting. I'll try and keep an eye on chat while you guys are doing this, because chat goes very quickly during these sections. Normally Onions ends up doing this on her own, which I feel really bad for. But yeah, you can earn money for doing this, and if you win, everyone gets 200 gold, which can go towards you upgrading and modifying your avatar. Right. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyways, Ridley, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way! Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? But yeah, bear in mind you can only do a command if it's your turn, so it's over to the front. Now it's Princess Sully. So Princess Sully has the option of Fireball, Lifesteal, or Dampen. So it tells you, you can see at the top here, whose turn it is. So it's Princess Sully, and then you've got your 3 options there. So Princess Sully goes Firebolt. So alright, I'll help you out. Because the next one then, it's Monica's turn. Yay. Just Monica this time. So if we wait until the moves come up, here we go. So you step up. So Monica, you get to choose either !Mortal Strike, which does 30 damage, !Demoralize, which reduces the boss's damage output, or !Protect at a player's name, and you can protect them for 6 turns. So if you go !Mortal Strike is always a good one. !Demoralize. They're really easy ones to put in. You've got like 20 seconds to type your move in. Oh no! There's ads! should we add was it? Oh yeah. That's bad timing. Yeah, if you want to demoralised, yeah. Oh well, it's gone over. That's just bad timing. Thanks, Twitch. Good timing, Twitch. That'll work next time you're up. Don't worry about it. Seriously, if it sounds like that was timing. There you go. We got demoralised in at least. Right, anyway, I'll continue reading and we'll let you know when he turns back up. So we've got enough people, I think we should manage okay, as long as there's a priest in there somewhere. I'm hoping there's a priest that can heal people. Alright, don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little bit more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Yeah, so Onions is the priest. Good. Now, let's see. Monica flips through her notebooks to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or she's simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You could do it, Yuri. It's called Afterimage of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Monica's turn again. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. There we go, Mortal Strike! Bam! Straight in with 30 points of damage. It's a good choice. It's what your warriors are there for. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the shaped syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as if she bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save this situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterwards and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. It looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori, it's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. I believe there is a priest command that does heal everybody. Can't remember what that is though. I'll have to look at it when we get back around to it. Guys taking a lot of damage. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Smites. Yeah, smite good then. Just smite all the time. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes, and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even Peach liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? Came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I think my eyes are really clouding up at this point. I can tell it's getting late, but I want to get through this section! Ugh. Right, okay. We've got a lot of foreshadowing. Alright, come on. I don't really understand. Oh god, we're down to 4 players? Down to 2 players? Oh no, Ridley! Ridley's doing good. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. Then next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay. Now who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Peach. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Peach lower everyone's standards a little before I have to... Ooh, Natsuki! Natsuki. It's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah. I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down, as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes, and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Well... Do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people would be way easier. I could put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Yeah, I guess in that case, you won't have that much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. Good job, everybody. You tried. But no bus for you. sure you're back in the corner. Get back in the corner, you guys. Do. Ah, you have to bed, Wheels. Alright, take care, man. Sleep well. Thanks for being around today. Yeah, I'll be stopping this fairly soon myself, I think, because my eyesight is really struggling to see anything on the screen at the moment. So I am going to try and get through to wherever the next big decision bit is. We'll go to there. That's what I'll say. I was hoping to get to the end of Act 1, but yeah, onion smites. Boom. Right, here we go. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez. I should probably find some other poems to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. Makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. Ooh, remember you can do !slots as another command, which will earn you some gold. !slots. It's a great one, just to earn a few coins every now and then. I think it's set for every 15 minutes. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait! I can do this. I can do this. Alright. Stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best. Ooh, nice on the jackpot, Princess Sully. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at the way you two always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. Right, you know what? Hang on. I'm going to fix this right now. Stream avatars. Where are we? Click, click. Gifting. Right, there you go, Monica. You've now got 2,000 gold pieces to do with what you will. So there you go. So you can use that to customize your avatar. It should give you access to a few bunch of commands as well. No problem. This is what the whole system's about. The stream avatars is just there for people to have a little bit of fun, play around with, and customize how you show up in my stream. So have fun. Explore the little browser. The shop's got loads of avatars in it, so for you to choose how you want to show up now. So rather than be a little prinny, you can be anything you want to be within reason. I only have a limited storage space for the little avatars I've got on there. There's a lot on there. I do highly recommend if you like cats or dogs, the cat dog pet one is very customizable. But then so is the crewmate as well, as you can see from Catastrophe there. Has customized herself as an Among Us crewmate. But the puppies are pretty good. I've been using one of myself for ages, but hey. Yo, dude! Mesa Minty! How was the climbing and drinkages? Later. This is how long I'm usually up late on a Friday, mate. This is my midnight stream. Always tends to go on until usually about 1:30, maybe. So, yeah, pretty normal. You can go from 10 o'clock through until at least 1. So, a little later than some of them, but not too late. I am stopping soon, though. My vision's going. I have to keep reading. Right. Well, how am I supposed to respond to this? It's okay, Peach. You don't have to say it. Well, whatever. Let's go already. There we go. We now have Mewtwo. We have Monica has become Mewtwo. That makes sense. Right. I walk home with Sayori once more. We have the 2 Pokemons. Also, Becca's around. Becca also does Pokemon's. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori's being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. Ah, no wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... Sayori fumbles her words. So, let's just say that one day Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? Kinda putting me on the spot here. Well, right, here's the... What would we say, guys? What are we gonna say? They say climbing was fun, drinking was entertaining. It's much weaker than last time, Sally. So yeah, just out of practice fun. But how's the super cute game that has no sinister overtones? Yeah, it's still super cute and super adorable, with no foreshadowing whatsoever. Yeah, we can't choose both, however. But it's weird. See, it's been really cute all the way through, right? Like, we're still on a path to date with Yuri. They've had a bit of fights, but... You say you want to stay with Sayori? Okay. Still walk with Sayori? Yep, we've had nothing. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, okay. Let's go with Sayori. Sayori? You really think I would ditch you for Yuri? Eh? But she's so beautiful and smart. Jeez. I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to really like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. You're so silly, Peach. You think about me too much sometimes. Yuri wouldn't deserve it if she wanted it. Would deserve it if she wanted it, so... Sayori, I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure you out sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point in speculating something that's never gonna happen? Conversation trails off. It's a kind of weird thing for Sayori to care so much about. But I want to respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival's only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? I forgot to save before the important decision. Right, we have another poem to write, but I think this is a good place to actually be able to pick up next time. There's too much to go before we get to the end of Act 1. My eyesight is really going. I'm having to squint to be able just to read the text on the screen at the moment. So I am going to have to call it here. I honestly can't see what's going on here anymore. So, yeah. One word, kitty. Yeah. But yeah, I'm going to be saving right here. I possibly should have saved before we made that decision with Sayori, but we'll see how it plays out next time. Yeah, I'm really struggling to see. So I'm going to be back tomorrow at 6 o'clock for some Pathfinder, and then we're back on Sunday for some Final Fantasy 13 from 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Don't know what time it is for you guys, but I'm in the UK, so you can work it out from there. Then Thursday, am I streaming Thursday this week? I might be able to stream Thursday this week, but that will be the very last stream that I do for October, because from that I'm going to be having guests over, I'm going to be out travelling, so we will be back streaming this on the first Friday in November. I know it seems a long time away, but for me this is going to disappear so quickly. It's a very busy 2 weeks I've got coming up after this, so we'll be back in 3 weeks to play the next and final part of this. The next part goes pretty quickly from what I remember. So yeah, I know there's a bit of a wait here, but 3 weeks today is when I'll be coming back to playing some more Doki. So yeah, it's gonna disappear very, very quickly. But either way, like I said, I will be back tomorrow at 6 PM British time for with Pathfinder, because we're doing a little bit of an early game with considering I'm away for the next couple of weeks. Then that's a little bit of an earlier stream, a bit of a special one tomorrow. But yeah, Diamond, it's been great having you here. Thank you very much for being part of the stream tonight. As a 3 week hydration, yeah, hydrate's a good idea actually. I'm really really struggling to see what's going on here. But yeah, thank you. Thank you very much, everybody, for being part of the stream today. Really do appreciate it. I would keep going if I can. I was going to hopefully try and get to the end of Act 1, because you can see that things are starting to change at this point. I just, honestly, if I can't read, it's slightly impossible to do. I'm not doing this deliberately. It's kind of a problem being partially sighted. I literally am, well, I can barely read anymore. So, like I said, be back tomorrow for Pathfinder, and I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend, whatever is left of it for you. Remember, Sunday is Mental Health Awareness Day, so please do look after your mental health on top of everything else. But yeah, it's been a pretty cutesy evening. It didn't get as dark as quickly as I thought we would be able to, but I've enjoyed it nonetheless. But yeah, 3 weeks' time we shall see a continuation to this game. So thank you. What we're going to do though is we're going to drop off and go see our usual friend, who will destroy your eardrums. So if you've never been in Celtic's channel, be prepared for a very loud greeting if he's around. He may also be on a BRB break. I haven't checked this time. I'm hoping I spelled this right. Our rates and host actually broken. Can I still jump people across? I'll try it anyway. Because I was hosting absolutely fine last night. It worked absolutely fine for hosting people, but if that's gone down, we'll try it. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, the rate says I can do stuff, so we'll see if it goes. I know it doesn't announce if there's too many, like not enough people, but we're still going to take you across there, hopefully. So, yeah, if you've got any of those emotes, drop them in, please. And then you can just go there anyway. We'll see how it goes. But Celtic Corpse is a very good friend of the channel. You give a good welcome, so just drop in a huge welcome from me, which we call a samurai. It's samurai with a D on the end. So drop off the samurai. Type the word samurai in the chat, fill it full of emotes. Let's actually destroy his chat when we go in there and hopefully give him a big shot. I'm hoping we get him there. So yeah, that's the spelling from Onions. Have a good night, everybody. Take care. I'll be in Celtic's chat for a little bit saying hi, but yeah, thank you very much. Hope you all have a good night. And as soon as we get in,